Welcome to the Mystic Access Podcast, where the magic is in learning.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the July 22nd episode of the Mystic Access Podcast. She's Kim.
He's Chris.
And as you can hear, we are out in the wilderness or forest or something with the wind blowing beneath the trees. And we just want to kind of wrap up a little bit on this whole travel stuff.
Yeah, tell you a little about our travel adventures and things like that.
Right. First thing we want to talk about is the internet. So as you know, this was a big worry of ours, whether or not the internet was going to be usable for, work-related stuff.
Now, just a reminder, for those of you who may not have caught that episode, we are using
Verizon Home Internet over cellular. So it's basically a little box that you put near a window and you get your internet through the cellular signal.
So it doesn't require any kind of coax or any kind of
drilling holes through walls to set up antennas and stuff.
Yep.
And this place isn't exactly known for its good cellular coverage.
No.
Especially after the hurricane.
Most definitely.
But I'm here to say it works beautiful.
We have had no issues at all, and we've been here over a week.
Right. So we've been pushing it pretty heavy, and it's like 60 down and 6 up or something like that. And it's been pretty rock solid as far as maintaining those speeds.
Yes. I think the least we saw was 48.
Yeah, doing a speed test.
Doing a speed test. Mm-hmm. And you guys can guess, us being us, that we have a lot connected to the network.
Right now, I think we got 16 or 17 devices connected to the internet. We ended up, for those that are techie and are interested, we ended up putting the Verizon router into what's called bridge mode, which turns off the routing capabilities, and we ended up using our Google Nest Wi-Fi just because we had them both there, and it gave us more range without having to contact Verizon and get a range extender, which realistically, I don't think we needed a range extender because just the Verizon seemed to cover this whole house.
We are, just to give you some perspective, sitting on our front porch, and the Verizon stuff is in Chris's office, which is at the back of the house.
Right. And we got 3 out of 3 bars.
We do.
Constantly. Which is fun.
Yeah, it's great.
Plus, we wanted the additional capabilities of the Google router, so that's why we did it. We didn't have to do it, but we did it.
This way we can actually run a speed test. It's really not worth it necessarily, but we can do it should we want to.
Right. I was doing speed tests during storms, thunderstorms, lightning storms, just to see, what would happen.
Yes.
And yeah, it's been perfect.
So that has been fantastic because it wasn't something we were 100% on. Wasn't sure how it was going to work. And now we are confident that we can say, even in this rural area, it works, and it works quite well.
You have to have a good connection to the cellular thing. So if you were to check out something like this, then, you could make sure that your place has good coverage from the carrier that you choose. The next thing we bought were, for the convention, wallets.
We did, and this was a bit of an adventure. What we wanted and what we started talking about were phone wallets. So it would be a wallet and a phone case all in one. Now, I really wanted one where you could take your phone off. What is that called?
Like magnetized.
Like magnetized. That has a name, though.
Yeah, it does. Like MagSafe or
yes,
something?
like MagSafe. Something like that.
The little case that you put around your phone magnetizes to the side of the wallet. Now, me personally, I did not want that. I didn't want my phone to accidentally fall out.
I did want that because I thought it would be really nice just to be able to pull your phone off your wallet and then make a call that way. It's a lot more convenient than holding your big, bulky wallet and your phone at the same time.
Now, for me, I just fold my wallet behind the phone.
Well, I've done that too, but it's still very bulky.
It is. You can't use the camera at that point if you needed to.
You have bigger hands than I do too, and it's probably a little easier for you to hold it. It's a little harder for me to hold when it's big and bulky like that and you've got your phone folded up at the front. Yeah, how many times have we called Ira in the last week?
Right.
And I screwed up because nobody can see my...
They're like, we can't see your
you can't
thing.
see anything. Oh, yeah, sorry. So then you just fold the phone where the camera can be accessed.
Right.
Anyway, so what we ended up doing after a week or so of looking at various options was we ended up each getting one of the same brand, same type, just different colors. He got a blue, some stripe of blue. And I got a purple in this one brand, and we'll link it for you. It might be a little while before we can get these show notes with all the links intact, so please be patient with us. Might be a little later than when the podcast actually comes out, so just keep looking. But we will link to the wallet that we're both using. It is one like what he wanted, where the phone does not come off. So we ended up getting that one, and we really like it. It's a nice wallet. It's got plenty of compartments. It's got cash slots. It's got a zipper. I even attached my Bath & Body Works sanitizer case to it, so that way we never had an issue figuring out whose was whose.
Right.
I have a little turtle on mine, so we can easily distinguish whose is whose, and having all that sanitizer during convention probably saved us from getting sicker than we did. We each got a case like that. And then I was still kind of thinking, I'd really love to have one of these cases where the phone comes off. So I bought one, and it looked really nice. Until
you got it.
Till I got it. I was unhappy with two things. I was unhappy with the fact that the case is kind of vinyl feeling. It feels more like a vinyl than any kind of pleather, which made me sad. But the thing I was most unhappy with was the fact that my case didn't come in anything except a little piece of plastic, and there was the wrong size. So the phone that was meant for the case I received was not my 14 Pro.
I think you accidentally were sent some kind of used one or returned one, because when we received its replacement, it was correct, and it was in a box, as it should have been, instead of just in a plastic baggie.
Yes. By the time we were packing, that wallet never got packed. I ended up using the wallet that's the twin to Chris's, and the actual wallet that worked, which was the replacement that we ordered, ended up back home because I had to bring the wallet that we want to be able to send back, and hopefully we can get that sent back. We need to look at that actually to make sure when that needs to be sent back so that we can get a label done for that. But
bugs are out early.
Yeah, it is early in the morning. We're recording this on a Sunday morning, so we're hanging out outside on the porch. We were a little sad about that because I really liked this new case except for the feel of it. I really liked everything that it offered, although I do think I prefer the other case. If the phone came off of the case that he and I have alike, I would have been thrilled, but it doesn't.
There's enough credit card slots, there's ID slots.
Yes.
The bigger your phone, the more stuff you're going to have. And I've got a 15 Pro Max, and you've got a 14 Pro. Mm-hmm. And the screen sizes are different, which makes the wallets a little different, too.
Yeah. The one that we have in common, the wallet that we have in common, has both a wrist strap option and a shoulder strap.
I loved that for convention.
It was great for convention to have a shoulder strap.
You just take it, you throw it over your shoulder, and you're done.
It was so much less that you had to carry around. That was literally just your phone and your wallet that you had to take with you. And of course, it turned out we didn't end up buying anything at convention. So it didn't end up really even mattering about that part. But it was nice to have it for our tour and for other situations where we were buying coffee and things like that.
So we're going to insert a pre-recorded unboxing of showing you some of the stuff that we had purchased back in Buffalo.
Yep. So this is stuff that we purchased to take with us to make our travel experience a little more comfortable, a little better. And so you'll learn a little bit about what we got and how that worked out and why. So this is something that we recorded back close to July 4th, I think, when our stuff showed up. It was probably before July 4th, actually. It's probably a little bit before that.
Right.
Hey guys, welcome to this insert. And what we're going to do is we're going to unbox some of our travel goodies that we've got. Earlier, we talked about the wallet situation and told you about the wallets that we ordered and how that went. So we won't talk about that part because, as you know, mine was a bust and it was sad. So we'll see how that ends up. As of the recording of this, I haven't gotten the second one yet, but we'll see. You've probably heard about it, whether or not it was successful or not. Anywho, we have more goodies in the box, and I'm going to let my hubby do the honors because he's over there next to the box.
He is? Okay.
He is. So there you go, hubby.
Let's see what kind of stuff we have.
Now, one of those is a thing of Beekman wipes, so don't open it.
Found those.
And one of those is some facial stuff for me. Don't open those either.
Okay, there's a bag here.
Our suspected...
I think so, too. We've got a box. What's in this box?
One's our blankie and one's our pillows, I suspect.
But what about this? I would think this is the blankie and the pillows.
The blankies and the pillows are separate.
Oh.
I got them from two separate companies.
Oh.
So I'll undo this one. This is blankie. Ooh. It's nice.
Now they're travel blankets and travel pillows.
They are. I will pull one of the, well, I'm going to have to undo them because they're stuck together. There are two of them, and there's a nice ribbon that wraps around them. So I'm going to have to pull them out of this nice bag. Just like so. And I'm going to have to unwrap them, and they will never fit in here ever again. Oh, they're nice and Velcro, those. That's cool. I'm going to un-Velcro them, and I'm going to pass one of these to you. Oh, you know what? These are the... Wait, what? Are these blankies or pillows?
I don't know.
I'm really confused. Hold on. Wait, I want to open one. Oh, yeah, these are blankies. Ooh. Okay, check it out.
Now, these are... Oh, look at this. This is a pillow.
It's a blankie.
It looks like a pillow to me.
It's not. Open it up.
Oh, it looks like a pillow, but you unzip it.
You unzip it.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
There's a blankie inside.
That's kind of nice, actually. So you can take your blankie that looks like a pillow, and you can carabiner or clip it to, like, your backpack or your suitcase.
Now, this one
this even has this. Probably, if it's wide enough, you could probably take the handle of your suitcase and put it... See this?
This has one. This one has one attached. Does yours not have one attached? There's a luggage strap attached to this one.
Yeah, it's on this right there.
Right there. So yours has one too.
So you can put it down on, put it over your,
you can
like
put
your
it,
handle.
Or you've got a nice carabiner clip, which is very nice, where you can put it on your backpack.
Right. Okay, good. So we have these, and
nice blankies.
Yeah, it's a nice little blanket because.
You do have to be careful though, because you can slide this carabiner clip off easily. Because I just did it.
Yeah. So the thing is that we have to remember is that we're going to be on a train.
We are.
And it'll be interesting.
But these fit so nice in there. I really like them.
Yeah, you have to remember how to fold them up.
Well, yeah, but that shouldn't be too bad.
Now we got this other box here. Let's see what this does.
Can I have your blankie back so I can stick it in the
Here, give
the box?
Here. There you are.
Thank you, sir.
And now I'm going to open this box. This bigger box. You think it's pillows.
Those are pillows. Well, they could be.
Okay. I thought you were looking at one that had both together.
2 blankies and 2 pillows.
Oh.
Initially, we've looked at a bunch of these guys, so.
Yeah. Okay, here you go.
Hey, wait a minute, I gotta put this other.
This is like the gelatin.
Yes, they have to
so we gotta open them up.
Yeah, I suspect so that we have to open them up. There we go. I just got these back in there.
Probably need scissors.
Nice box. I'll hand this back to you in a second, as soon as I get it zipped, and then you can put it back over there for the moment. There we go.
Okay.
This is all zipped, so we'll switch. Here's this one.
Now here's a pillow.
Oh.
Now what's this other box supposed to be?
The little one?
Yeah.
That's my facial stuff.
Oh, okay. You don't need.
You don't need to open that. I probably will before we leave, but. And this isn't something you can tear on the dotted. Oh wait, yes it is. It's on the other side. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It is?
Yep.
Oh, did you get it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Yep. Correct. Well, mine only half tore along the dotted line, but I can get the rest of it.
Okay. Well.
Oh, wow. Yep, these will definitely need to puff. They're cool.
They're already puffing, though.
They're already puffing. So they have a nice handle.
Yeah, a strap.
How does that work? You can move it.
Yeah,
in and
you
out.
push the wood. It's like wood.
Yeah, the little.
You push them together, and then you pull the ties through, or away, or not.
Up or down, so you can shorten it or lengthen it.
Yes, you can.
And it has a pocket on the pillow, so you can put something on the pocket if you wanted to.
Maybe I could put some food in the pocket.
I don't think you can put food in the pocket. I thought these came with.
Oh, look at that! It's a zipper pocket.
No, it's not.
Well, then
oh, here's the zipper. I see the zipper.
Oh, that's for the pillow itself. You can probably take.
You can probably take this out and wash the cover of the pillow. It's a good zipper.
Okay, so where's the pocket?
The pocket is on the side.
Oh, I see it. I could put a remote.
You can put
your phone in.
You can put your headphones in there. Our phones wouldn't fit in there.
What? They might.
I'm kind of impressed with it. I'm kind of looking forward to sleeping on it.
Good.
Resting my little head on there.
I gotta figure out how to wear it.
I'm not quite sure how to wear it yet, but it looks nice.
It's kind of a neck pillow so that your head isn't, hanging out on the the back of the train chair where everybody else's head's been.
One's gray and one's blue.
Oh, well, cool.
We don't know which yours is.
No. And we decided to get a toothbrush.
Well, that's another long, strange story.
Yep.
But we did. We got a toothbrush. We're going to just share one until we get there because I sent mine to North Carolina in my beauty bag.
Yeah, before you left here.
Before I left here because I wanted to make sure it got there.
And then, oh, good. I'm going to send my travel toothbrush to the second stop.
I don't think I was thinking choo-choo train.
You weren't thinking choo-choo train. You weren't thinking convention either.
No, my head was just not
Your
thinking
head skipped
properly.
it because I think I know what happened.
I'm so used to flying.
But it's not even that. But mentally, we were sending it to the house.
That's probably exactly what
you
happened.
said, "Oh, we're sending it to the house. Let me just throw it in the package."
Throw it in the package. Throw it in the bag. Yeah. I think that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I know that's what happened.
But it's not a complete loss. It's only 3 days at convention. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
3 full days.
Anyway, so about this toothbrush. So we got this 8-head toothbrush. It's a travel toothbrush. It does wireless charging, and I think I know how it does wireless charging.
Oh, did you figure that
It
out?
comes with a little pad, and there's a little pole sticking out of the
Oh.
pad, and you put the toothbrush on top. That's called wireless charging.
So how does the pad plug in?
Into an outlet.
Oh, bummer.
So it's not even a USB thing.
It's not even as fancy as you thought. Well,
No,
that's
but
unfortunate.
what'll happen is we'll just take it, can just leave the charger at home, just make sure it's fully charged. It'll last 3 days.
Okay.
Because you already sent yours. And I had one there.
You left one there. So,
Yeah, I did.
like I said, we really didn't plan this well at all.
But the funny part of the story was we had sent a fan ahead of time, one of those ALEXA powered fans, the window fans that we talked about a few podcasts ago. Mm-hmm. And we wanted it for the bedroom. So I sent one, and I ordered the toothbrush, and I sent the toothbrush. I totally forgot that when you change in delivery address to your Amazon account, it sticks from one order to the next order. So what had happened was we were waiting for the toothbrush to come here. We got a real nice delivery notification from Amazon, said your package was delivered. Went outside, couldn't find it. Said it was in the mailbox. It wasn't. So I went into my order history because I was going to say, okay, well, do I need to report this or what have you? And I looked at the address and I said, nope, don't have to report it. Oh, well, too bad.
Well, I think we'll be happy with our purchases that we just made. I think they will work very nicely. I'm especially excited about the blankets. I think they'll be real nice. And
They kind of look like little pillows. I mean, if you think of it in those terms, but
yeah, if you want to leave them in there, but you didn't take it out. It's a big blanket.
Right. I did. I opened it. I unzipped it. So I know what you're talking about.
So, I think that'll be very nice. Let me see something. Hold this for me a second. I want to just test something.
It'll keep you nice and warm.
It will keep you nice and warm if there's lots of AC. And I wanted to see, yes, I can fit my AirPods in the pocket.
I'd be careful.
Oh, of course. I'd be very careful. But the point is, if I just need to slip the case down in there while I lay down, I could.
That's a good point.
I absolutely could. No
I've got
worries.
these little earbuds that I bought, the Soundpeats earbuds. They're sleep earbuds, and I really can't wait to use those. I'm actually going to leave my good stuff home, but these are good, but I'm still going to leave them home. I'm going to leave the Apple AirPods home.
We're not going to lie. As much as we're looking forward to enjoying hanging out at convention with all y'all, our choo-choo train trip is, so exciting for us. We're really looking forward to it so much.
Yeah.
We're just looking forward to a nice, calm, serene day, going across the country, seeing what's going on out the window, just chilling on the train. And this will be my first real experience with long-range train travel. So, super excited.
Actually.
Yeah.
I think the furthest I've ever been was Boston from New York.
It'll be great.
Yeah. So we already promised moms that we're going to FaceTime them. And
The moms must have scenery.
and point the camera out the window to see what happens.
Yes, for sure. So we know we'll be using some Ira time to check out what's going on outside the window. So yeah, this was just a little unboxing of some goodies that we got. We didn't spend a lot on this.
No.
What I initially wanted to do was get a blanket and a pillow and a blanket and a pillow. And I found one on a lightning deal, and of course I missed the lightning deal. So I could have spent less than what I ultimately ended up spending, which is a little unfortunate. But I didn't spend that much more really at all to get what we ended up with. I just got 2 blankets in a package and 2 pillows in a package.
I think she likes to put things in her cart and then forget about them.
But I was really busy that day.
I know you were.
So I didn't intentionally forget about them. Oh, this little pillow thing unsnaps. I don't know what the point is.
What does?
The little snap on the pillow.
The little thing that...
You can unsnap it.
Well, what if you don't want this in front of your neck?
Yeah, I suppose. You can just unsnap it.
It does, yeah.
Oh, that's kind of interesting. I was wondering.
Or if you want to hang it from your something, you could tighten this up.
Well, exactly. I was thinking that for hanging it on like a backpack.
Very good, and then you could unsnap it and then put it on a backpack and then snap it back around here. So
that's true. Instead of just taking the string and pulling the string back out.
And hoping that your string is long enough to go over something.
Mm-hmm. I suppose that's true. Anyway, it's really cool.
Yep.
We're happy with them. So, looks like my wallet was the only bust of this experience. Which I'm still upset about.
It'll work out.
Somehow it always does. So that's our travel essentials box. So we just got a couple things we thought we would use, and certainly if we don't use them as much on this trip, we will use them in future, because I buy stuff that lasts, or attempt to, and we'll see how it goes.
Yep. We are now back, and we're going to talk about our little adventure. So we ended up taking the train from Buffalo to Dallas.
So it was Buffalo to Chicago in coach, and then we treated ourselves to a sleeper car.
Yes.
From Chicago to Dallas.
Yes.
And that came with some perks that we'll get to in a minute.
Right. So we get to the train station, and...
It's 12:30 at night, or 12-ish at night. I don't know, it was like 11:15 or 11:30 or something when we got there, because you insisted on being there really early.
I did, because
there was nobody
never
there.
Know.
Yeah, there was nobody there. It was so funny.
But
we were like one of two people in the train station. It was so funny.
But then people started to get there.
Yep. A lot of us ended up going to Chicago.
Right. So we go to Chicago, and then once we get to Chicago, it was probably... somewhere's like noonish, 10ish, noonish on Sunday morning, because we left literally at midnight.
Yeah, so it was essentially 10-ish hours to Chicago in coach. And there was no problem with that. Where we were sitting, it was easy to get back and forth to the bathrooms and things like that. It wasn't very hard to go back. For you, I didn't do it, but you actually did it a couple times.
When you got to go, you got to go.
So he would go back. I mean, you don't get any perks. It's not like being on a plane. You don't get water. You don't get snacks.
Right.
You don't get anything like that. The seats are more comfortable, though. I will say that from experience. You can lean back a little bit without disturbing your neighbor back behind you. So that part was nice. As you may imagine, the pillow came in very handy.
Yes.
Very handy. And the blanket actually came in very handy as well. But we'll get more to that. But even in coach, I used one and threw over both of us.
Right, so that was a really nice blanket.
Which was awesome. Yes, we need to get those nice and washed and ready for their next adventure. But yes, it was perfect the way those worked, and you could just zip them in and out of their bag. So that part was excellent. So relatively comfortable ride in coach all the way to Chicago. And, you get to hear interesting conversations from other people and all that. And it was, 2 seats across? Was it 2 seats across?
Yeah, I think so.
It was just us and our little group of seats.
Right, there was no middle seat.
There was no middle seat. There's no middle seat on a train.
Right.
So got to Chicago.
Right, so we get to Chicago, and we got off the train, and it was very, very hard to hear.
Oh, yes.
The trains were inside the complex, so they all came in, and there was a bunch of trains. The first thing you could smell was diesel. A lot of diesel there. Being that we upgraded our coach to a sleeper car, we got perks. And one of the perks was a lounge, which was really neat. So we were taken to the lounge, and at the lounge you could get coffee, you can get snacks. There was a place for like restrooms and things like that you can access.
You could get drinks. The guy brought us like 2 juices.
Yes.
Like juice bottles. So you're not even getting a cup. You're getting a whole bottle for yourself.
Right.
I mean, it was awesome. It was so sweet. That guy was particularly sweet. He was just made sure we had everything before he left, because we had a 3-hour layover in Chicago.
Right. But it was nice because you weren't running places. We can get to that much later. But you weren't running places. Anybody that was in that lounge was supposed to be there.
Yeah, you got an actual arm bracelet to
right.
show you're supposed to be in this lounge.
And you literally were told to stay in the lounge so they can get you on the train.
Yes.
Because you could be going somewhere else other than, taking the Texas Eagle.
Right.
Which was a train that we had done.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to the train. The lounge was great and everything. So we get on the train, and
That was a little bit of an adventure.
Yes.
Actually, getting on the train, we were in the lounge, and then this one person came to assist us, and she's like, I'm going to make sure you get there. And then for a minute, they said our train was going to be late because they had a mechanical something.
No, that was when we left. That was out of Buffalo.
No, but something also happened in Chicago.
Oh, it did? Okay, I must have missed that.
Yeah, I think so. Because you remember, she wouldn't let us go back.
That's right.
Out of wherever we were. We had left the lounge. And she's like, no.
We were kind of in a waiting.
We were kind of in a waiting area. And
right.
she's like, no, not y'all. Y'all stay here. Don't go back. Because she was telling most people to go back in, but not us.
Right.
So us and this other lady were staying there in the waiting area. And we thought, the train's going to be late again to get here. It wasn't late the first time. Because you're right. I think we did hear something about that in Buffalo. But the train wasn't late, and the train wasn't late to get to us, even though we thought it was going to be. So we were like, yes. So we managed to get out of the lounge and get on the train.
We get to the train, and then they tell us, oh, you just go straight down the hall, and your room is there. So we go into this room, and we're checking it out, before the train pulls away. And they had water ready for you to consume. So I was just about to open the water, and we hear people are already in there. So it turned out that we were in the wrong little car, if you will, or the wrong place. So we ended up having to go up these stairs because we were in
It was a ladder.
Yeah, it was kind of a ladder. That kind of wrapped around. Remember, you're in a train car. So the stairs kind of wrapped around themselves, and then you're walking up these stairs, and they're metal stairs. And so we finally got to our real room. Now, for those who don't know, there are two different types of rooms. There is a roomette, and there's actually three types of rooms.
Yeah, there's a family room, which is what we were accidentally in.
Right.
And that's meant for families of 4 or 6 or something like that. Anyway, families with kids mostly, because the way the room is set up.
Right.
With bunks and other things.
So we had our room. So there's the roomette, which is kind of a room for possibly 2 people if you're lucky.
If you're lucky, it would be very small. Given how small ours was, it would be very small. And you share a bathroom at the end of the hall or somewhere on the hall with other people.
Right. And a shower. Now,
the bedroom, which is what we got,
has its own
bathroom.
Now, this was kind of an interesting thing because, first of all, we had to do backpack move all the time.
And we overpacked so badly. If I do a train trip again, and I hope I do, but if I do a train trip again, I am packing so light because dragging that backpack around up ladders was a pain.
It was.
Literally and figuratively.
But even if you had packed light, there was really no room for us to put 2 backpacks.
It was
on the floor.
Very small, very small.
Right.
Even though we did have our own bathroom. Now, when we're talking about our own bathroom, we'll get to this in a second. Don't think like nice, fancy hotel bathroom. That's not what we're talking about.
Okay, so here's what I imagine this bathroom to be. You've got the sink.
The sink is in your room.
The sink is in your room, and the bathroom is in your room. But you got to go behind the sink in order to open the door. And then you got this bathroom, which is basically a toilet and a shower, and it's a sit-down toilet. If you were planning on taking a shower, you're going to be sitting on the toilet.
On the toilet to take your shower.
Take your shower.
No, thank you.
We didn't do that. But there was Braille all over.
Braille that said flush, and Braille that said toilet paper.
Right. Which was really cool, because I'm like, how do you flush this thing? There was no handle or anything around the toilet. But there was a button on the wall that you pressed to flush the toilet. Yeah, I know. Fun.
Ugh.
But you're literally inside of the sink, if you will. I mean, that's really the only way that I can describe the experience of the shower.
It was
and
wild.
Bathroom was in the sink.
It was really wild. The pipes from the shower would drip on you when you were sitting on the toilet.
Right.
I mean, not to be too TMI here, but seriously.
If you're claustrophobic,
don't get a bedroom on a train. Don't do it. Although you might have just as much trouble with the roomette bathroom that you share. I don't know.
Right. So,
but it is very claustrophobic in there.
Right. So there was a couch in there. There was a chair in there. There was a pull-up. I mean, they're trying to get a lot of stuff in
a tiny
space. And
think the roomette is like half this size, right?
So they're trying to get a lot of stuff in this tiny space. And congratulations to them because you could. Now, there were 2 bunk beds. The couch turned into a bunk bed, and then the bunk bed was above the couch that you somehow could open up and climb up into this bunk bed. And they say because we didn't use the bunk beds.
We were a little nervous.
Right. They say you strap yourself in on that top bunk bed because trains do shake.
And even upstairs, and we had specifically booked upstairs because the views are supposed to be better. And we'll get to this in a second, too. The views are supposed to be better for upstairs. And I had this whole dream of, I'm just going to go on with Ira, and I'm going to get beautiful pictures, and I'm going to be able to see my scenery every hour, and it'll be great.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Although I must admit, it didn't shake nearly as much upstairs as
No,
it
it
did
did
downstairs.
not. No, it did not, which was kind of interesting.
So we were upstairs and sitting in our room, which was kind of at the top of the hall when you go up the ladder.
Right. We are the first car, if you will. Mm-hmm. And you got lunch, dinner, and breakfast. You even got snacks.
I don't think we would have gotten lunch.
Let me rephrase that. You are entitled to lunch.
Really?
Yes.
Well, we could have gone and grabbed a sandwich probably or something like that.
Yeah.
And another perk of our ticket was the fact that we got meals included.
Right. That's what I was just going to get into.
Mm-hmm. There are two kind of cars. There's the cafe car, which is for all the people in coach who have to sit at their seats and then go back in the train to wherever the cafe car is, and they have to buy stuff on top of their reservation, right? So they can buy hamburgers and hot dogs and sandwiches and whatever else they got back there. Our car, though, was called the dining car.
Right.
And the dining car is where those of us who paid the extra money would get our food for free. We could go back and you could pick what you wanted. And in fact, the guy from the dining car came around when we all got on from Chicago, like literally probably an hour afterwards.
And took our
order.
Order for dinner.
And I had some kind of Asian meatballs. And they were delicious, guys. I was expecting, because everything I had reviewed beforehand, because you can guess that I review everything, it's just who I am, said that it was like TV dinner quality food.
It was good food.
It was good food. The food that we didn't actually have lunch. We had dinner and breakfast. And it was really good.
Let's set the expectation.
Okay.
It was prepared food.
It was prepared food.
Pre-prepared food. They're not going to be making that kind of meal on the train as they're going down the track. It's just not going to happen, especially for all these people. So they had a select menu that you would pick from. And I had chicken fettuccine Alfredo with broccoli. Mm-hmm. And again, it was prepared food. It wasn't something that you'd buy at the grocery store for $2.
You get it hot. You get it wrapped in foil. And you have a tray. And so like mine was, I think, cashews and rice and these meatballs. And you didn't get like one meatball or two meatballs. I got like 6 or 8 meatballs. It was crazy.
We also got salad.
We got
dinner.
salad. And we got a brownie.
A brownie, and we got pop.
Yes.
And we had our choice of pop.
You could pick what you wanted. And we had our choice of dessert. There was like butter cake and brownie. And I was craving a brownie because we didn't actually eat anything between whatever it was. I don't know, 3 o'clock on the day before we left. Or the day we left, because we left in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So that 3 o'clock to, say, 24 hours. So 3 o'clock the next day. So we were hungry.
Right.
It was time for some food. It was after 4, I think, when we actually ate. So more than a day had gone by since we've had any food. We were able to get our food, and dinner we had brought to our room.
Which was nice. They could have done that. They were making reservations, and we had said, because we weren't sure where the dining car was.
Yeah, we had no idea.
And it turned out that we had an attendant.
Yes, you have a car attendant. For those of you who are in roomettes and family rooms, I guess, and bedrooms.
Yep.
So our car attendant came by later. We had talked to him for a minute when we got to our room, but then he came by later, and he was saying, oh, yeah, or maybe this was the next day, I don't know exactly, but he was saying, oh, yeah, the dining car is just in front of y'all. So you go out, and he told us how to get there.
Right.
And he said the observation car was right past that, and that's the car with all the glass. So it's glass all around your car, and you can see through both sides, and you're able to see everything whizzing by you.
Right. So we did that, and breakfast was delicious.
We had an omelet.
We had an omelet with
like potatoes and peppers
and sausage, I believe.
Sausage, yes, one big sausage. We went to the dining car for that.
Yep.
So we're kind of going out of order here, but bear with us. So, okay, let's talk a second about comfort level in the bedroom. While the bedroom is a great idea if you want your own bathroom and a little bit of space to stretch out, the seats are not as comfortable as those in coach as far as I'm concerned.
Right, because you're sitting on a bench.
You're sitting on a bench.
Couch,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. So that part is a little problematic. And we did not have Eric, our room attendant, or our car attendant, come and turn down our bunks
Which you could have done.
later that night, which he could have done had we actually wanted it done. But we were talking about it. We were just like, do we even want to deal with this? Or do we just want to try and figure out a way to kind of sit and sleep? Now, this is our second night without sleep, okay? So the first night, obviously, we had just gotten on the train. It was 12:30 at night, and our train started from Buffalo to Chicago. So there was no real sleeping that night, at least not for me. Did you sleep a little bit?
I think I did on the way to Chicago.
I know I didn't sleep on the way to Chicago. So by this point, I'm getting a little loopy, and it's like, okay, we literally did not leave our room on this night. So this is our second night, and we were trying to figure out how are we going to sleep.
It's our second night, but it's the first night in the bedroom.
In the
we only had
bedroom.
one night in the bedroom.
Right, we had our first night in coach. So, and this was a sold out train. Okay, so I felt really bad for the people in coach because there was nowhere probably to move or do anything. You just had to get up and go pee and
They
go to
said
the
if
dining
you-
car or the cafe car.
Yeah, and they said if you had a seat next to you, you were going to meet a new friend.
You were going to meet a new friend. There is no, hey, I'm just going to put my bag on this seat and no one can sit here, because it was a full train. And they said that on the way to Chicago.
They did, yes.
Imagine from Chicago to, and this was going all the way through to LA. So this train was going all the way through to LA, and our car attendant was going to be there through San Antonio.
Yep.
We didn't go that far. But we were sitting in our room, and this was the night, and we were trying to, first of all, get some idea of what's going on outside the window. Okay, let's talk a little about internet and trains.
Don't bother.
Don't bother.
They say there's free Wi-Fi, but you can't find it. At least we couldn't find it. Also, I used the Stellar Trek to try and figure out what state we were in.
That worked well.
Well, I'm not saying anything negative about the Stellar Trek because it is fine GPS unit. However, you're rolling down the tracks at 80, 90, 100 miles an hour sometimes, and you're in a tin can. Tin can is not a good place for GPS.
Nope.
And even on the phone, it was hard to keep, one, an internet connection.
Yes.
And two, GPS. So again, you're zooming from tower to tower to tower to tower. And we thought, oh, well, we'll just use Ira or we'll use the meta glasses to, see what's outside. To ask the meta glasses, what's in front of me or what am I looking at and stuff like that. So while it did work, sometimes it was not reliable at all.
We got like 3 pictures.
Right.
It worked best before we got to St. Louis. And St. Louis is important, so hang on a second, we'll get to that.
So we pull into St. Louis.
Wait, hang on, I wasn't done with my story. So we're trying to get pictures, and the best pictures we were able to get was going to St. Louis. We had a period where one IRA agent was able to help us out and took some cool pictures for us. And he was telling us what was on the map and kind of what we were passing. He had the map up, and he was kind of looking at what we saw.
But he had lost us with GPS.
And he lost us. Yes, he lost us with GPS. And he was kind of telling us what was happening and what we were passing. And I think we were in, I can't remember the name of the town now. But there was this town that we were in Illinois. It'll come back to me in a minute, I hope.
Springfield.
That's it, Springfield. We were pulling out of Springfield, and we didn't get a picture of, like, the Capitol or the, what was it? It was some big government building, and it was very impressive looking, and we were going to take a picture of that, and we passed it before we were able to take a picture. But we literally have 3 pictures on the whole train trip, which is terribly disappointing. I was really, really hopeful that we'd get an idea, because you're on this train, and we specifically got upper level seats, or upper level, sleeper car in this case. And my dream was, we can just go through and have pictures taken. So maybe, if you're both total or you're both really low vision and you're going on this train trip and you're going as a couple or you're going by yourself, you may want to make a friend. Have somebody take pictures for you, maybe, or at least tell you what you're seeing. If you want pictures, maybe have them take a few for you with your phone. I don't know. I don't really know what the answer is, but my dream was definitely dashed.
Speaking of dash dreams, So you finally fall asleep.
I finally fall asleep. I had to just stretch out. Bless his heart, he sat on this really uncomfortable chair, and he let me stretch out for a couple hours to sleep because I said, I cannot stay awake and I cannot sit up any longer. I've got to lay down. So I stretched out on the couch to get a little bit of sleep. You can't share, by the way. It's way too small for you to share.
Right.
You can't share.
No.
Apparently you can't share bunks either, so
No.
that would have been a dashed dream too. It's not like we both could have curled up on the bottom bunk or even the top bunk together. Wouldn't work.
Right.
So he's sitting in a chair trying to get some sleep, and I'm stretched out as much as you can stretch on the couch trying to get a little bit of sleep. Let's set the scene. So it's cold enough where we both have our blankets out and we're wrapped up.
Right, because the air conditioner was on.
The air conditioner was on, and it was actually really cold.
So she fell asleep,
I fell asleep.
and I must have fell asleep for some few minutes or something.
Yep.
Because I woke up, and the train was dead silent. Dead
No
silent.
sound.
No sound, no nothing. No movement.
And it was about 90 degrees in our room.
The train, for whatever reason, was on the track, shut down, it lost power.
Remember that mechanical failure we talked about earlier?
Yeah, they finally failed or
Yeah,
something.
something.
So we were sitting in St. Louis for about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, at least. Mhm.
We were 2.5 hours late coming into
Dallas.
which we'll get to in a minute. So basically, we were able to, get some kind of shut eye.
Not
Sort
much.
of. Not much.
Maybe an hour.
Right. But,
We're running off fumes.
right.
So we wake up the next morning.
We wake up the next morning, we have breakfast.
We have
in the
breakfast. We
car.
went to the dining car this time. We had breakfast, which was great. We were like some of the first ones. I think we were the first ones.
We were the
there,
first
weren't we?
ones there.
Like 6:30 in the morning or something.
Because
And
we went to the observation car
did.
because we were early. So
we were
went-
hoping to get some sunrise pics. Yeah, that worked
Right.
out.
So we went to the observation car.
It was very comfortable, by the way.
It was. And then we went to breakfast. And then we went back to our room and packed up. And we
discovered that we were going to be very, very late getting
right.
to Dallas.
So we had a 2:30 appointment with
Glidance.
to see the alpha of the Glide.
Yep.
We'll get to that later. So we pull into Dallas. We get off.
Our attendant was very helpful then. Thank you,
Very
Eric.
helpful. Absolutely.
He made sure we got off.
Yep.
We got off. We had to get on a little cart and
go to the train station.
go to the
Now-
train station or up into the train station.
We
from
were
the
trying to
trains.
figure out how we were going to get
How
from
the
the
heck
train
are we
station
getting to our hotel?
to the hotel.
What we discovered is that there is literally
A
a
tunnel.
tunnel.
From the train station
To the hotel. That was wild.
Right.
So we ended up calling the hotel because we were talking to someone at the train station. Her name was Jackie, I think, and she was very helpful also.
Yes.
And she said, they've
Just call
come.
them.
Yeah, just call them. They've come before and help people out. Just call them. So for whatever reason, I don't know what was going on with my phone. I couldn't call anybody at that time. And I tried to call the hotel, and it was giving me this number has been disconnected or this number is invalid or something. So she ended up calling
From her phone.
which worked, which is weird.
Right.
I think after a nice power down, it worked again. I think it was just confused. But she called, and this lovely guy named Malcolm came across and picked us up and walked with us across through the tunnel. Did we go through the tunnel? How did we go through the tunnel? Was the tunnel...
The tunnel was in the train station, so we went in the train station, and then we went through the tunnel, and then he goes, "You're standing about where I picked you up underneath the street." So it was kind of fun.
It was fun.
So we went through the tunnel. We registered. She was a rock star.
Her name was Danielle. Go Danielle. She was amazing. She literally was at the desk. We registered. She took us to the ACB registration. Then she took us to our room, and then she took us to the exhibit hall.
Yes.
She was amazing. The staff at this hotel was amazing. Best hotel staff I think I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah.
They were fantastic.
The hotel
Down to a
was
person.
open. It was
The hotel was open. Yes. If they didn't have that fountain, I think we would have all been in even bigger trouble than we were.
right.
It was not a place that was conducive to finding your way easily. Let's put it that way.
Right. But they had a lot of helpers and
Yes,
stuff.
they did. Lots of volunteers.
Which was fun. But Danielle literally took us to our booth because we knew the booth number.
Yeah, she was
she
amazing.
literally took us to the booth. We got to see the glide. Now
We were 15 minutes early to our appointment. We literally ran from the train to get there, and we were 15 minutes early. So we sat around and talked to John and
Nick from Glidance.
Because John was the guy who went with me, and Nick was the guy that went with you.
Right.
And, you kind of learn about people while you're having conversations.
So Glide, for those who don't know, is this kind of robot guide that's in production.
Yes.
They're kind of working on it. Now, neither one of us have seen it, but we backed it.
That's right.
So we put our money down and we backed
Pre-ordered,
it.
yes.
Right. And what happened is you got to see it first.
I did.
And what did you think?
I thought it was pretty awesome. It's this thing, and you push it in front of you.
You don't really push it.
You don't push it. You kind of let it move you. I don't know how to explain it.
I don't know how to explain it either. Because you kind of do have to push it. So
Go to glidance.org?
I don't know what it is.
Anyway, we'll put a link. We'll put a
Right.
link to you guys. If you're interested in this stuff, go to the show notes because we will link to the cool things. Okay? So hang out in our show notes, mysticaccesspodcast.com, and you can find this episode. So it's hard to explain, but it basically will go around obstacles, which was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So in your case, it went around a person.
It went around a couple people, actually, because we were going through the exhibit hall.
Mm-hmm. I think in my case, it went around something. I don't remember what.
The funny thing about when I tried it was it stopped. And I'm such a cane user that I wanted to know what was in front of me. So I kind of pick it up, and I was about to swing it, and I thought, no, that's not a good idea. So I put it back down. And, you were walking with someone. They weren't going to let you go by yourself.
But they weren't touching you.
But they weren't touching it. They weren't guiding you. It was doing everything,
And they were just kind of giving us the play-by-play of, okay,
Right.
you're doing this, you're going around this, you're stuck here, whatever it was. And in my case, John had to adjust mine. So he adjusted mine for height, I guess, to some degree. I don't know exactly.
Maybe.
I don't remember if he made mine lower or higher.
But I was talking to Nick, and when you were out, and Nick had said that, you were just cruising with it. You felt really comfortable with it.
I actually did, and I'm very surprised I did.
Me
I've never
too.
been a dog user in my life.
Me neither.
And so I've always been a cane user, and I've never had any vision to travel by. So I never had that kind of going. So I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, but I actually thought it was pretty cool. Because, of course, I also think I was confident because I was in an exhibit hall. So I knew I wasn't
And you
going
were
to
with
go in
someone,
any
so you weren't going to
stairs
fall off a cliff.
Yeah, I wasn't going to fall off a cliff, anything like that. But I wanted to kind of give it the full experience and try and use it the way I would use it in a real situation. So John commented to me at one point, he said, now you're getting really comfortable with it. There was a point, maybe 5 minutes in, where he's like, oh yeah, now you're getting more comfortable with how it works. Because there's a point where you have to readjust it. You have to put your handle at 45 degrees to reset.
Reset it so that
resets.
it does a line of sight kind of trailing. It'll trail like shoreline.
Yeah.
It'll do a shoreline on things. And for me, when it took me around people, that just blew my mind completely. He says, oh, you just passed a few people, and it literally moved you. You're using it as a guide. So it literally moved itself, and you're following it, which is really interesting.
I think they really stress, though, that you're the one in control.
You are the one in control, yes.
So it was really interesting. I'm really glad we both got to go because we weren't sure because we literally shared a time. We could have each gotten our own time. We did not. We chose not to do that.
Right.
So we had 15 minutes?
15 minutes, yeah.
We had 15 minutes, and both of us got to try it out for, maybe 7 minutes or something. They were very generous. They had been so busy and so crazed, and they were so sweet to us. In fact, a couple days later, we passed them, and they're like, oh, it's the great Chris and Kim Nova. Did you come to steal something or something? We were kind of laughing about it.
Yeah, we were. Oh,
We
well.
were. But they were really cute. So it's fun to meet people and kind of find out about the people behind the product. And I think that's one of the things I love about doing these in-person things is you really get that opportunity.
You do, yes.
So we went there. We went to one more booth, It was one of the low vision booths.
Yes.
What were they called?
I don't remember.
I don't remember what they were called. It'll come back to me. And we just went by and said hi, and it turned out that they did a lot of work in the South. So, I had to say, I'm from the South, and we were kind of having a conversation. Very, very nice, just telling us a little more about what they did. And by that point, we were just done. Done.
We were like, what do you want to do? I said, let's go up to the room and conk out for the night. So we did. The next day.
This is Tuesday now.
Right. The next day, the only pressing thing we had to do was the Dealey
Plaza.
Dealey Plaza 6th floor tour. Mm-hmm. And that is where Kennedy was shot. And in his car. President Kennedy. And we got a really, really good tour of that.
The curator came down and gave us a presentation. The museum was literally closed for everybody but us, this 50-ish group of blind people who came for this convention. And the curator was amazing. That guy is such a wealth of information and clearly knows everything there is to know about, obviously, the events surrounding the assassination, but probably everything there is to know about the Kennedy presidency and JFK himself and Jackie and, the whole work. I mean, it was just incredible. He just came up with this amazing presentation for us. It was just so great. And then one of the I don't know what she was called, but she was essentially a docent for the museum.
Right.
Took us up.
I think her name was Lisa.
Good. Glad you remembered that.
And she took us up to the 6th floor. And
you're essentially walking around or through an exhibit.
Right.
And like the funeral is playing in one place and various clips are playing in other places. And you're able to see.
She said one time when the funeral was playing, we were near it, and she goes, does anybody want to stop and listen to the funeral?
There's always one.
There's always one. And the person goes, I already saw it once. I don't need to see it again.
Yeah. And then one person did want to stop. So I don't know if somebody hung back with him while he could watch for a minute. And somebody said, dude, this is all on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can watch this later. But the rest of us are we wanted to go through the exhibit. And she was giving us tons of information as we went through the exhibit. She was essentially just talking all about Oswald and, the whole situation.
Kim and I were 5 feet from what they called the sniper's post or perch. Sniper's perch. Now, that's behind glass. So the window where Oswald allegedly shot from, you have to say allegedly because
the case is still open.
Oswald
never got his day in court.
Right.
Because Jack Ruby killed him.
Right.
On national TV.
Right. So allegedly that's where he shot from, was that window, and they put that all behind glass. There's books there that he used to prop up the rifle.
There's a replica of the rifle.
Right. And there's a replica of the books too, because all of that is still in an open case. Mm-hmm. So the actual gun is not there.
Right.
The bullets are not there.
Right.
There's replicas of the bullets too, but because it's an open investigation still, you can't have the original stuff.
And will probably always remain an open investigation.
Right. So that was very fun. We actually took a bus there.
The most interesting part about it is it was longer to load us on and off than to get to and from the place.
Yes, it's my understanding, too, from a friend that we had talked to in the convention, is that there's an X where Kennedy's car was in the street.
Mm-hmm.
And then we decided to...
We went to some exhibits.
Right.
Or before convention, or before Dealey Plaza. We went to some exhibits that morning.
And then after that, we said, well, we're hungry and tired.
So we went back upstairs. We only did the one tour.
Right.
If I have this to do again, let's say we go to St. Louis next year, or we go somewhere else later, then we're going to do this whole thing differently. And we're going to take a day because we're old, between train travel and actually having to do anything important. Because you do get slammed around.
You do get slammed around.
Quite a lot.
You do get tired if you can't sleep. Mm-hmm. But anyway, we're going to push this along a little bit.
Yes.
So Wednesday, we met up with some friends. Tuesday night, we met up with friends.
Yep.
And Wednesday, again, we met up with some friends. We ran through the exhibits, some of them. And then Thursday, we left. Now, this is where we're going to probably end this podcast, which is our adventure back home or back to where we are currently. So we were going to fly. So we ride-shared to the airport because we were flying this time, not taking a train.
We didn't know how that was going to work, and we were so relieved that we met with people to ride share with. So thank you, friends.
Exactly.
Yay. We appreciated that. So back we went.
So we get dropped off at our terminal. That's where the fun begins.
Oh, gosh.
So
I don't want to relive this day ever, please.
We had a 12 o'clock flight. And so we get to the...
By the time we got to our terminal, however, or by the time we got to the airport, however, we knew that our flight was already delayed.
Right. But we didn't know when. What had happened was we get to the terminal, and we're standing there trying to figure out where to go from inside the terminal. Tried to call Ira. Couldn't get access. No cell phone coverage for whatever reason.
In fact, is that where you got the satellite thing?
Yeah. Help via satellite in the status bar.
We're like, uh-oh.
That means there's no cellular coverage whatsoever.
No cellular coverage. There was nobody around. There were a few people who would zip by really quickly.
And probably 15 minutes of kind of wandering around.
Wandering around in this spot.
This real nice lady comes up to us and she says, "Do you need help?" We're like, "Absolutely." She was just Joe Passenger. And we got to the ticket counter. We got our tickets. And
she waited for us.
We were going
so
through to get our tickets because we were in line. She waited with us. I hear this little voice, "Grandma, what are you doing? Why are you over there?" She goes, "I'm helping out some new friends," or something.
It's cute.
Yeah, it was really cute. So we get to the registration desk, and she stayed with us. I didn't think she did, but she did. She made sure that we were seated in the place where we got assistance. Which was very sweet.
Oh, it's very sweet, man. She was awesome. So then she left to go on her way, and our assistant came, and she was fantastic. She got us through security. Security was nothing.
Right.
I thought, and this is my first mistake of the day, I thought, we're already through security. It's been like 30 minutes. Oh, this is going to be a great day. Oh, how wrong I was.
So we're sitting at the gate, waiting for the plane to come. There was no air conditioning. The air conditioner was broken in the terminal.
So it was hot.
So we forgot to tell people that during the exhibits and stuff, the hurricane broke.
Oh, yeah. That was fun. What actually happened was my knot moved. So the knot that keeps all your sections in place...
At the top of the handle?
The top of the handle. Mine moved.
Don't know how it moved.
But it
moved.
It moved.
It was really kind of bizarre because when we woke up on Tuesday, it was fine. We went to a meeting that we had to go to. When we left the meeting, it wasn't fine. Real bizarre. No clue.
Real bizarre.
Right.
Not sure how that happened. Very strange. But fortunately, it was not something that required restringing a cane.
Right.
Which would have been bad. Because it's a custom cane, too. I did not want to lose it.
Right. So we figured that part out.
We figured it out. But at this point, my cane is broken. I was fortunate enough to borrow one from a friend. Thank you, friend. You'll be listening to this podcast.
Yes, you will. You're a podcast listener.
You're a podcast listener, so thank you. And she loaned me hers. And I liked it so much that I bought one. But that's another story.
Right.
So I have her cane. He has his cane. And we're fortunate that we do because we had to travel a lot in this airport. So we're in the first terminal.
We had about 3 terminal changes.
It was awful.
And probably 8 gate changes. It was
insane.
Awful. Yeah.
It was insane.
And at the time, we're calling your parents because they're supposed to meet us at such and such a designated time.
I think the first time our flight was delayed, it was till 2.
Mm-hmm. And then it was delayed until 3. So they're like, what are you doing? When are we going to come? When do you want us to come? Blah, blah, blah. We don't know.
It keeps getting delayed.
Right. So we ended up getting to the gate, and our final gate change was another one where we had to get on this little train, right? So you had to get on this train to go to a different terminal in order to go to your gate change.
This was our final terminal change. I don't think it was our final gate change.
No, because you have to, because you're changing terminals, you're changing gates too.
No, I know, but I think we changed gates once we got to that terminal.
Right, that was the destination gate, sure.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So we're standing there trying to figure it out, and somebody walks up to us and they says,
are you going to blah, blah, blah?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going there too. Would you like to come with us? And we're like, yes.
Yes, we would appreciate that more than you could possibly
More than
realize.
you can possibly imagine. So it was this guy, James, and his son.
Thanks, James.
Exactly. He's not a podcast listener.
He's not a podcast listener, but thanks, James. We probably would have missed our flight without you.
We would have missed our flight without him.
So we all walked down, and he was giving us the play-by-play. He's like, there's a plane. There's crew. Just very funny. They were such nice people.
Yeah.
And, you kind of learned about them. I was walking with James, and we were sitting on the, whatever you call that thing, the train thing.
You weren't sitting, you were standing.
You were standing on it.
It was standing room only, and you had poles that you had to hold on to.
And you better hold on to those poles, as I learned the first time. Just hold on to the pole.
Yeah. So you could do hand sanitizer after you get off there, but you want to hold on to those poles or in those trains.
So you're learning about these people as you're going by. I learned his story. He learned our story. It was cute. So we finally get on the plane. Finally.
We were supposed to meet her parents at 3:30. We didn't meet her parents till 7:15.
It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. From our first flight, which was supposed to, as he said, meet at 3:30. This is when we were supposed to land. It was 7:30. And part of that was the plane, the delayed flight, and part of that was not. And we won't even get into that. But
right.
We managed to finally get out of the airport and meet the parents. And we were just done. I think I was more tired then than when I got off the train, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah, well, you're sitting at the airport doing absolutely nothing.
Or then you're dashing from terminal to terminal.
Right. And you had no food. We had no food.
We had no food. We had no drinks, which was worse.
Right.
It was really hot for a lot of that time. I broke my favorite bracelet, so I was bummed. Don't wear jewelry, by the way, if you're handling backpacks. It's not worth it.
No.
Don't do it.
No.
Don't do it. He messed up his watch, and I messed up my favorite bracelet.
My watch band has got this weird, string hanging out of it now. I have no idea why. I bought this watch band specifically so that I wouldn't lose it during the convention. If you got some of those watch bands that magnetize together, you catch that on something and it's going to fall off your wrist. That's what I didn't want to do. So I got this one that kind of clamps around your wrist. You can't lose it by accident. But it's just got this really weird looking, I can't even find it. So it might, there it is. So it's kind of sticking out at the side of my band. It's it looks like a little loop. And, you can hide it or just leave it there. I don't want to cut it because I don't want something to happen to the band itself. Because the band still works fine, but it did get destroyed.
So I learned no more bracelets in airports. Ever.
Now, also what we learned too was...
Oh, yeah.
Notifications are your best friend.
Notifications are your best friend. We also did not have to take our shoes off in the Dallas airport.
Right. That's
Dallas
nice.
Fort Worth. That was awesome. We don't miss that. Yes, notifications are your friend. Have we not had the apps that we have, and we have TripIt? Were we mostly getting TripIt notifications?
We're getting all of them. We're getting American Airlines notifications, TripIt notifications, Flighty notifications, every time your gate changed and stuff.
We would have been in so much trouble because sometime after moving to the second terminal from the original hot terminal to the next terminal, our assistants just fell off.
Right.
So you better figure it out because you're going to get left.
If we hadn't had James there, we would have gotten left.
We would have gotten left. We would have missed that flight.
No, we had an assistant. We had an assistant that took us from the hot terminal.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. After the first terminal change, it fell off.
Yeah, okay, Good.
No, he took us from the first one
Yes,
to
he
the
did.
second one.
And that was another train ride. I mean,
So we did 2 train rides.
little subway train
Yep.
ride, whatever you call
Whatever
those
you call
things.
those things. Yes.
They're all like automated, and they're like, they announce like when the doors are open and the doors are closed and where you're going to go and all that good stuff. So we had an idea of where we were supposed to go. Mm-hmm. So that was good. But we don't want to do that ever again. But it may happen in the future.
Yeah.
I know somebody who will remain nameless. She is a podcast listener. And she left on a Saturday and didn't get home until late Sunday night because her flight, I guess, was delayed, and then finally canceled.
Apparently a lot of flights were because the storms we had in Dallas that week. Oh, my Lord. Just crazy amounts of storms and flooding and everything. And it was really messing up flights, apparently, across the country.
And this was nowhere near the floods that took all those lives.
That was in a different part of Texas.
Right.
Yes. So it was crazy. I mean, was it a great trip? Am I glad we went? Am I glad we did the train? Absolutely. It was definitely an adventure. It was a lot of fun. Would I do things differently if I had to do it over again? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I would pack lighter, for sure. I would be aware of what I'm wearing in terms of not breaking or losing anything important. You know, I mean, there's a lot that I think I would change, but not too much.
You packed and I packed. I packed a little bit better than you did because I had clothes at the destination.
Yeah, he had clothes here that he just left.
Right.
I didn't. I had some, but not enough.
See, I'm going to leave clothes too. I'm going to leave all those clothes that I left the time before.
Sure you are. But I had to pack jeans and T-shirts and stuff like that to have with me.
Now we had to make sure we had all of our electronics and all of our charging stuff.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. That's all very important.
So, thank you for sitting here and listening to us about our trip.
About our trip.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Hope it was helpful to some of y'all as you maybe prepare to go to a state convention or a national convention next year or just anywhere. Yeah, absolutely. So the hotel was great. Again, can't speak highly enough of staff there. A lot of trips, just a final word, will be made or broken based on the people you meet.
Yes.
And ours was definitely made by the nice people that we met.
The nice people that we met, the grandmother and
James and his kid, and
yep.
you know, just the nice staff that we met. I mean, they really made the trip so memorable. Oh, have to end on a funny story. We were checking out of the hotel. This was right before the airport nightmare. Who would it be but Danielle, the same chick who checked us in?
Yep.
And so we got to tell her how fabulous she was and just how amazing the staff had been, and you know, it was a great, fun moment and a way to end our hotel stay.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, peace out. We will see you in the next podcast, and it'll be coming up soon, and it'll be August.
Yes.
How is that a thing?
How's that a thing? All right. Bye.
Bye.
The preceding podcast is a presentation of Mystic Access, where the magic is in learning. If you are blind or visually impaired and wish to experience less stress and more fun on your unique assistive technology journey, our comprehensive audio documentation and additional offerings are here to support you. We welcome your visit at mysticaccess.com. That's mysticaccess.com. Have a question or wish to place an order via phone? Call us at 716-543-3323. If you have comments to share about this episode, follow our phone menu prompts to reach our Mystic Access podcast comment line. Email us at info@mysticaccess.com and connect with us on social media, Mastodon, mysticaccess.online, and facebook.com/mysticaccessempower. Would you like to spread the word about our podcasts? Anyone may explore our extensive archives and subscribe to receive our bi-weekly episodes at mysticaccesspodcast.com. If you enjoy our content, please consider rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, Spotify, or your favorite podcast platform. Thanks for spreading the word and for being a listener. We hope you enjoyed this episode.